Monday Night Raw took place last night in Brooklyn, New York from the Barclays Center. And I apologize for a late review again, but I'm here to do it. So they start off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman coming out. And this was all done to really put over Drew McIntyre. And the way they built this up, it makes you think that for sure they're going all the way with Drew. They want the fans fully behind Drew. They want him to be the top star in the company. I think, they went all the way last year at Rollins. They really wanted to get him over. But this year going more with Drew because it's not just that he's going to beat Brock, which I almost get assured he will. I would be shocked if he doesn't. It's the fact that they're letting him get this much over on him, and he's probably going to get the main event. I think they're going on last. So they had Seth beat Brock clean last year, but this year it feels like they're going to build up Drew to be one of the second biggest star in the company behind Roman. They're really going to go all the way with Drew this year. So they gave him the big Royal Rumble win, and I think he's going to get the big main event of WrestleMania when I think he's beating Brock in the main event. So what you had was Heyman and Lesnar ripping into McIntyre, and McIntyre comes out. He comes to the ring. Lesnar teases he's going to go after him. He looks like he's leaving the ring, but he runs at Drew, and he gets hit with a Claymore kick. And Brock's out. Brock's still down. He's selling it for a while. Heyman leaves, and once Drew leaves, Brock's able to get back to his feet, and he looks like he's going to walk out. But he's still feeling the effects of it. However, as he's on the stage, Drew comes and hits him again with the Claymore kick, KOing Brock a second time. Brock is out, the fans are going nuts, and then Brock's able to get back again, third time, and then Drew hits him for a third Claymore kick, killing Brock Lesnar, hyping him up, standing over his dead carcass. Wow, what a segment. They're going all the way with Drew. Hopefully he gets over, because this was a great segment here. I thought they really made him to be a star. I thought this was, I loved it. I thought this was great. Next, you have a tag team match for Raw Tag Titles. Last chance match. You have the Street Profits challenging Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. And they went with the big upset here. We have new champs. This was supposed to be their last chance, and they went all the way with these guys. They really want to get these guys over. They want to make them stars. And they had a very entertaining match. I heard that Bianca Belair was there because she's married to Montez Ford. She was backstage, so she was there for him. And it was an exciting matchup. And they have new champs. They went nuts for the finish. What happens was Kevin Owens appears. He gives Rollins a stunner. AOP chases him away. He goes into the crowd. And Angelo Dawkins knocked Buddy Murphy into the timekeeper area. And then Montez Ford gives Seth Rollins a frog splash for the pinfall. The Street Profits are your new champs. The crowd is going crazy. They celebrate in the crowd. There's red cups everywhere. And it was a quick match. It wasn't too long. It was about 6 minutes. But we get new champs. So let's see what they do with the Street Profits. So first hour is very entertaining. I like the great opening segment, a very good tag match. Charlie Caruso approaches Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy backstage. Seth's annoyed to see her. Well, I'm annoyed of her. He always called her Charles. It's so stupid. Rollins demands a rematch against the Street Profits at Elimination Chamber. Rollins says Owens can name the time, place, and stipulation because once he gets his hands on him, he will be crucified. So that's your WrestleMania match. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. That looks like that's the match for Seth. I don't think of the tag match. I think he's going to get a good match at KO. I don't know who they're going to go over, who's going to go over in that, but that's a good match for Seth and KO. And I think for AJ, he gets Taker. We'll get to that later. So, Ricochet, man, poor guy. Ricochet is just done. Oh, he's going to be a jobber now. They're going to job this guy. I see people saying, telling him on Twitter, quit Ricochet, go to AEW. Ugh. Anyway, so Rick Moss is defending the 24/7 title. He beats Ricochet clean. Not much of a match. It was, they made Ricochet almost cry at the end. This was not good for him. Yeah, we'll see. Not too high on Ricochet. We get the second hour, and they say there's a new episode of the Firefly Funhouse on SmackDown next week. They show Kairi Sane backstage, getting warmed up for her match. Asuka's there too. She's getting ready to face Shayna Baszler later that night. AJ Styles comes out. He said he is not in a good mood. He wished he had his beautiful trophy, but he doesn't have it because of a certain someone. The fans chant Undertaker. Seth goes after Mark Wahlberg, and I don't know what they're doing with Wahlberg. They're still doing stuff like he's telling him not to go fight Undertaker. I don't know. I hope he's not going to be at WrestleMania. He probably will be. I don't care about Mark. Well, fuck about Mark Wahlberg. Fuck Mark Wahlberg. I don't care about him. Styles rips into Undertaker, and then of course he's having a match with Aleister Black. And what AJ does is he says, "You're not going to fight me first. You're going to have to fight Carl Anderson." Aleister Black faces Carl Anderson. It was a 5-minute match. Went on for about a while, I guess. I mean, they completely buried Anderson, but Black wins with the Black Mask. Good match. It was okay. And then of course he has to fight Luke Gallows, and they have another match. It went on for 5 minutes again. So Black's getting tired. It's been in the ring 10 minutes now. However, AJ gets involved and it turns into a DQ. So it's a win for Black with the DQ. And then the OC gives Black the Magic Killer. And then AJ Styles faces Aleister Black. So Black has had to face the 2 members of the OC. He faces AJ next. Black is tired, and he agrees to fight AJ. He tries to fight off, but AJ hits a phenomenal forearm. And instead of pinning Black the way you normally pin him, he pins him the way The Undertaker pins him, with the rest in peace position, and he gets the win. So AJ with the win here, and it sets his big match for Undertaker at WrestleMania. Charlie Caruso interviews Ruby Riott about the Riott Squad breaking up. Riott said she wanted to break it up herself, and she was responsible for it. Jeff Hardy is on Backstage with tomorrow. They show Becky Lynch talking to some dude backstage. I don't know. Becky's wearing those glasses again. You have Ruby Riott against Liv Morgan, a special guest referee Sarah Logan. So the Riott Squad's reunited. Well, kind of, sort of, if you will. It was okay. It was an okay match. They had Sarah Logan argue with both of them. What happens is Sarah Logan argues with Ruby Riott, and then Liv Morgan out of nowhere gets a schoolgirl, and Sarah Logan was mad at Ruby Riott, so she quick counts Ruby Riott 1, 2, 3, and Liv Morgan beats Ruby Riott. Ruby was going to get a big push like a year ago. Now she's just another girl on the roster. I don't know if they're going to do much with Ruby. I like the 3 of them as a team. I know they're all really close in real life, so it actually isn't too bad for them because they're all on Raw, right? Yeah, all of them are on Raw, so they probably they don't really care that they're not together anymore. They probably still travel together because they're all close, but Ruby or Liv gets the win after the match. Liv Morgan gives Ruby Riott an integrate, and Sarah Logan takes out Liv Morgan. She stands tall. Randy Orton is shown standing in the dark backstage. What's he going to do? They announced 2 steel cage matches for NXT, so it's almost like a lockdown show where every match is in a cage. You should do every match in a cage. You have 2 cage matches, though. You have Bianca Belair, or sorry, not Bianca, Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox in a steel cage, and then, of course, the main event is... I forgot the men's cage. I don't know who it is. Anyway, let's move on. They do something with Goldberg and him winning the Universal title, I guess. I mean, they said it's the most liked photo they ever had on Instagram, but like it got massive boosts when they showed it. They recapped the Orton Edge angle, and they show... Oh, that's the worst part. So No Way Jose's backstage. He's doing the conga line. They see Eric Rowan, and No Way Jose asks Eric Rowan, "Can I see what's in the cage?" Eric Rowan says, well, he's been waiting weeks to show someone, and someone finally asks respectfully, and he agrees to show him. They cheer. Eric Rowan pulls out an animatronic tarantula out of the cage, and they all run away, and he puts it back in the cage. That's it. They've been building this up for like 3 months. It's a fucking fake tarantula. It's a fucking tarantula. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something bigger, and they're going to hide it. A fucking tarantula. It's like they had something big, but they scrapped. All right, we have to get rid of it. It's like the Anonymous Raw GM. Remember the Anonymous Raw GM? They were building up to be the biggest angle, but something doesn't work. They lost interest. So, all right, we'll just have fucking Hornswoggle in the ring. Here, or that actually happened later. They just scrapped that. That didn't happen for a while. But here, all right, we don't have anything for Roman. We might release him in a month or 2. Probably should. We'll give him some stupid fucking tarantula. Fucking awful. So next was Shayna Baszler against Kairi Sane. I thought Shayna was just going to kill her. It wasn't really like this. She dominated Kairi Sane for a while, and they had really good matches in NXT. Shayna won most of them. Actually, you know what? Kairi Sane beat her in the Mae Young Classic. I remember that. Then Shayna beat her on an episode of NXT cleanly. I remember that. She choked her out. Then Kairi Sane beat her at the Brooklyn show in 2018. Yeah, in 18. Kairi Sane beats her for the women's title. That was a big one. And then Shayna, however, won it back at the Evolution show. And I think Shayna beat her in the 5th match. They might have had a stipulation. Oh, the Tour of Three Falls match. Yeah. Remember they had a great feud in NXT. I remembered it. I wish they would have built this up more. They could have done something. They could have done Shayna and Asuka. That was supposed to be here, but Asuka was hurt because she has a sprained hand. So it was a 12-minute match. Probably exactly what would have happened if Shayna was in there with Asuka. Shayna dominates for a while. She does the stomp, and then what happens was Asuka gets involved. Kairi Sane then gets some offense in, and then Asuka gets a schoolgirl only for a 1 count. And then Becky Lynch comes out. She's there, and Lynch is watching the match for a while, and I think the crowd is just not into it and started chanting, "This is boring." You're gonna give Shayna this monster win. I think she's gonna kick Becky's ass at WrestleMania. I don't think it's gonna be like a Brock Lesnar or John Cena win, but I think it's gonna be a dominant win. I mean, she won't kill her, squash her, but it'll be a match, but it'll be a dominant, decisive win for Baszler at WrestleMania because they're gonna push her. And there's nothing to do with Becky. She's been champ for a whole year. What's she gonna do now? The fans might turn on her, so they want Becky chasing, and eventually she'll beat Shayna later this year. But it makes sense for Shayna to win the belt. But if the fans are gonna boo her and they're not into this was a flop, so not good. Lynch calls out Baszler, and she says the only wrestler who didn't want to be caught because she's been avoiding her for weeks. I didn't think Becky did well here. Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo do a backstage interview with Sarah Screeber. They want to win, and Mysterio's winning an Eddie Guerrero shirt. Mysterio and Humberto against Andrade and Angel Garza with Zelina Vega, who look, as usual, insane. Smoking hot. Zelina looked great in her outfit today. I'm a huge fan of hers. This was a match for 20 minutes. It was just like they have to set everything up for the Beth Phoenix Randy Orton main event. So it went on forever and ever and ever. It's like, can we end this? Anyway, Mysterio and Carrillo win. I think they're going to do something where Andrade and Angel Garza get into a feud over Zelina or something. Maybe they do something where Angel Garza and Zelina Vega are a couple and they turn on Andrade. I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going to go. But Carrillo and Mysterio with the win. They announced Rollins and Murphy get the rematch on Sunday, and Aleister Black faces AJ Styles in a no DQ match. Or just what are they called? The OC will get involved. And I'm sure AJ will win again. Next, the main event segment: Beth Phoenix, Randy Orton. Here we go. Wow, this went on for a while. So Beth Phoenix gets in there. She says she's going to give him an update on Edge. Randy Orton comes out. He wants to hug her, and he wants to give her handshakes. And Beth says, "You think I want to hug you or shake a hand with you to my husband, you son of a bitch?" And Randy said he would show his face because he did to hear this. Phoenix said she was here as a mother because their kids deserved their father. Orton said that Edge would never wrestle again after what he did to him, and he said he owed her an explanation. Orton told the story about being taken into a live event by his dad, Bob Orton, to meet with some agents in St. Louis in 1999. He said he was just a fan at the time. It was a thrill to see guys like Steve Austin, Triple H McFoley, and Davey Boy Smith. However, Edge was the one guy who went up to his dad and told him how much he respected him and how he was one of the best bad guys in the business. Edge told him that Bob Orton was one of the reasons he got into the business. Edge told Randy that maybe they would get in the ring one day. That was a cool story. Orton said he used to be insecure about being a wrestler, but Edge's word gave him confidence. Not long after that, they were tearing the house down together before becoming partners in Team Rated RKO. Orton then made some bad life choices that he shouldn't have, that should have buried him, but it was Edge who pulled him out of that hole. Orton was able to be a great father because Edge saved his life. Orton was returning the favor to Edge. He got goosebumps when Edge returns to Rumble, and he knew Edge that he was returning for him, but Orton was worried Edge would end up in a wheelchair and wouldn't be able to be there for his daughters. Orton did what he did to save Edge because he loved them, Beth and their daughters. Orton said the truth was it wasn't his fault, it was Beth's fault. He called Phoenix an enabler, he called Edge a junkie for the roar of the crowd, and she did nothing to stop him. People were chanting bullshit. This was actually a really good time. Orton realized that he loved their daughters more than she did. That was bad. Beth slaps him, and then they stare at each other for a while. Orton called her a bitch off mic, so Phoenix kicks him in the gut, and Orton gives her the RKO. This was great. This is an amazing segment. This was awesome. Just a great segment. They play this up. They cut like it's she died. Like she's a wrestler. She can handle an RKO. She's had way worse to her. And then she's been hit by far more men in the ring. Come on, I remember a whole bunch of them. She used to have matches with men. Remember she had the match. Okay. She was in a Royal Rumble in 2010. Okay, they cut to announcers and they're all shocked. They have Natalya, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, R-Truth, Rey Mysterio, Devon Dudley, Shane Helms, close friends to Edge, check on her. she sits up as the show ends. This was an amazing angle. I thought this was very well done. I thought this was a very good show. Very good way to build up WrestleMania. It was a good go-home show for Elimination Chamber, and I enjoyed watching it a lot.